Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. Look at that. I even have my watermark, well, over there. So it's kind of cool. I finally got it right. All jokes aside, there's a lot going on today. So you have Salesforce that dropped yesterday because they had not so great earnings. So they're taking a hit. And you have to think about this. Salesforce is one of the biggest companies in its space. Obviously not trailing, but they lead Microsoft sort of with Microsoft Dynamics, but Microsoft also has LinkedIn. So that's a big deal. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because that is weighing down the Dow, which is weighing down crypto. Something else that's weighing down crypto is that you had a lot of coins shoot up yesterday, and you do have some profit taking going on. Not mad about that. Not mad about that at all. Because to me, all of this says Eddie gets to go shopping. That's all it means to me. That's all it means, because I'm expecting a stronger second half to 2024 and a very awesome 2025. So all I'm doing is DCAing and taking advantage of unexpected dips. That's all. Now, if you have a dip, what I would do is what I have right now is I have notifications that say, hey, X coin dropped 5% plus, right? So I can get notified. Then I have another one that says, hey, this particular one dropped 10%. Now I'm awake, I'm alert, and I'm going to check things out, because that I might be able to cut my losses on that. And that's from my holding. Those are from my holding wallets. I mean, for my trading wallets, for my holding wallets, I'm looking there and I'm thinking, well, what's the damage? Right? Do I think it's going to go more? What's the damage? And sometimes I just ride it out and keep it moving, right? That's kind of how I look at it. What else is going on? So that's the Salesforce impact and also profit-taking impact. JPMorgan does not think you're getting a Solana ETF. They think that's a pipe dream. Do I think it's a pipe dream? Because the people have been asking me, I think that eventually it'll happen, and I think it'll happen for as long as we don't have crystal clear regulation, because people want to buy into things. They want to be involved in crypto. They don't have a lot of knowledge in crypto, so they want to be involved with crypto in a regulated space, and an ETF is a regulated space. That's why. So I do think there's a possibility. Do I think there's a possibility it'll happen at the back half of this year? Ooh, I don't think anybody's filed, so I don't know that that's what's going to happen. Although you're kind of seeing that, it can move fast, or faster than expected. But so was it last year you had companies file for spot Ethereum ETFs, right? So Hashdex is pulled out, but they originally filed in September or December, one of the two. So it can take about 6 months. So we'd have to hear about somebody filing for that right now, for that to take off. Are there any other coins that I could see that happening with? Grayscale is betting on Near. They're betting on Stacks. Can I see Solana? I can kind of see Solana, but at the same time, I could see SHIB. Right? It's got a lot of reach, a lot of depth. I can definitely see that. Because SHIB's use case is going to be retail, and it's going to be metaverse. Right? So those two use cases make it, give it the opportunity for very broad adoption very quickly. So, Solana for me has a lot of growth, but that growth is a lot of that growth, to me, is stemming from meme coins. So kind of gives me a shaky right there. Plus, in my humble opinion, I don't think they fixed their network issues. Remember that congestion that just happened a little while ago that dropped them all the way down to, I think, 128 for a bit there? It was a big scare. I don't know that they fixed it as much as they weathered it, right? So something like that can have problems. And if it wasn't an ETF space and you have all that money in that ETF space, that's going to amount to huge losses in a heartbeat. And I don't know that it could weather that kind of a storm. That would be a broader market saying that it's undependable and walking away. And that meme coin infrastructure, yeah, build on something more solid. So I think it can happen, but I think there are factors that can knock it out, and make it difficult. And I think that JPMorgan looking at that and saying, yeah, that's a hard one. I could see that. Standard Chartered, saying it happened by 2025. I really do think that they are overly optimistic is the term that I would use in that one. Just overly optimistic. If it were to happen, it would be in 2025. I could see it happening in 2025 for one main reason, because that's, I think, when the bull run is going to happen. So when one ship rises, all ships rise. Bitcoin is going to take off. You'll see a whole bunch of altcoins take off. Solana could be one of them. But again, Solana has a lot of air in it because of meme coins. So I would be paying attention to that. Doesn't mean I'm not going to make money off of it. Let's not get it twisted. I would be looking to make money off of that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So that's something that I'd be paying attention to. BlackRock has revised their S1 and resubmitted it. That tells me that we're getting really close to Ethereum spot ETFs happening very soon. And I'm eyeballing June. I know it's only 2 days away, but I'm really eyeballing June as the time that could happen. What else is there? You have Hashdex. Like I said, Hashdex pulled out of the whole Ethereum spot ETF thing. Spain, their central bank is working with a company called Minsait. I don't know. I apologize for the mispronunciation, but they're looking for a third-party wholesale solution. A third wholesale CBDC pilot, and that's what's underway right now. I have not heard anything about whether or not they have. How well they did or didn't do with their first two pilots, or trials, as they say. And then I'm looking at Israel doing the same thing with a digital shekel. So all of this is becoming interesting. And like I said, you have a lot of countries looking at CBDCs for specific reasons. And I sit back and I just go, you're spending your tax dollars on developing CBDCs when crypto is already here. So to me, the only reason why you want to have a CBDC is because you want to have control over your money. And I get it, but the level of control goes all the way down to me, right? Let's suppose, for some strange reason, like weight is a very big deal in Asia. I'd be considered a hippo in Asia. I'm proud of my hippopotamus size. But all jokes aside, you could easily see a government saying, oh, you're not allowed to spend your money at the sweet shop. That could happen. That could be a thing. I know I'm talking crazy, but that is a possibility with a CBDC. Like, here are the list of stores that you're allowed to shop at. Imagine that. That's the level of control that you could possibly have if, running with a CBDC. And I know I'm talking some huge conspiracy theory there, but the reason why is because I want to bring it to your attention that is a possibility. Privacy and control are a big deal when it comes to CBDCs. So again, why do you want to develop a CBDC when crypto is over here? Cross-border payments, you can already do that with CBDCs. I mean, with crypto, settlements, tokenization, DeFi, you can already do all of that with crypto. So you're going to develop your own crypto while wagging your finger at what's already here, saying that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. Saying that there are a whole bunch of illicit transactions that are happening in that space. There is more of that happening with your fiat. So yeah, pay attention to that. And then you have to worry about adoption. That's going to be a problem for people. One of the things that I can easily see is, well, you have a CBDC. We're not going to allow you to move your CBDC into crypto. Woof. Yeah, those are extreme examples on purpose. But things like that are capable of happening. Now, looking at Robinhood, Robinhood's doing a lot in Europe. Things that they can't necessarily do here. So they've introduced Wormhole as well as Jupiter, in terms of trading over in Europe with rewards. And I'm like, wow. Now, both of those coins dropped in value, but I think that's all because of the overall market dropping in value. So I don't think it had anything to do with that. That's still a good thing for both of them. Just bad timing. Will they get the pop from that? Probably not. The thunder were stolen already. Will they get the action from it? Oh, yeah. Yeah. People that like Jupe, people that like Wormhole, that's going to happen. Do I like Wormhole after they got hit? Oh, I'm not touching it. I don't mess. I'm not a big fan of bridges. There are certain things I'm not mucking around with right now, and Wormhole is one of them. I hope the project does well. I really do. I want to be at a place where I could invest in Wormhole. Right now, I'm just not there. Jupe, I already own some, so that ought to tell you something about that. Biggest trading platform, biggest DEX out there, especially on Solana. So that's a big deal. But that's going to be a very big deal. Something else that's a big deal that probably nobody will even notice. And I've said this before. The largest stablecoin in the world is Tether. Okay, USDT is the stablecoin. That stablecoin is like 70% of the market. 20% of the market, give or take both of those numbers, is Circle. And you notice the rest of the stable coins fall in that last 10% or so. Circle moving into Brazil with USDC is a very big deal because they're trying to increase their reach. And I'm not mad about that, right? I think there should be some competition, with USDT, and I'm glad that they're doing it. They've got a really long way to go to really rival USDT. That said, that also means that they've got a lot of runway to become more successful. So I'd be looking at that. So the reason why I'm bringing that up is because if Circle were to go public, go IPO, right? I'm all about it. Because look at that runway. They've only got 20% of the market. So look at the runway that they have. They can only get better. Who'll lose out? Well, some of the smaller stable coins, like PayPal stablecoin, they're just getting started with theirs. There are a few stable coins. A former employee of Consensus started their stable coin. What is it, USD3 or something like that? So I'm sitting back and I'm going, yeah, the stablecoin space is growing because they'll make money off of the transactions, right? Cool, got it. But Circle introducing USDC into Brazil is a very big deal, and I hope they keep doing that around the world. I really do. As a stock, I think that would be humongous as you move forward. So I'm looking at that, and I'm definitely keeping an eye on whether or not they go IPO, and if I can get in on the IPO. If not, I'd have to buy it on the broader market, but I'd still buy it. That's my point. That is really my point. Anyway, you know what we should do? We should get into the numbers. Oops, wrong one. No, that is the right one. All right. So, looking at the numbers, let me just refresh this. It's been about 15 minutes since I refreshed this. Might have some movement. There you go. There was movement. So, if you're looking at the bright side, which there is not a lot of, you only have these coins that fall within my, beyond my 5% rule. Because my 5% rule, me, I don't pay attention to anything else. So that means you go from here to these are all, except for Notcoin, being up 35%. Everybody else, yeah, I'm not paying attention to them. And then you go immediately down to zero, which means that most of the 250, coins that I'm paying attention to, because I pay attention to the top 250 coins, this is where you are. What I really need to do is take that 250, remove all of the stable coins, and make that my top 250. So I might work on that. But you're looking at, who else do I have here? Like I said, somebody told me about Turbo. Turbo's been dropping. So do I have any interest in Turbo? None at all. Even though it's trading at 300, it's got a market cap of 395 million, and they're 41% off its all-time high. which means it's got room to go. So if you are an investor in Turbo, like one of our members is, who told me about it, it's down another 21%. So is now a good time to get in? If you like Turbo, I would say yeah. I would definitely say yeah. Is now a good time? Same thing for Bonk and Floki. Bonk is down 19, Floki's down 15. So do I think it's a good time to get into both of these right now? I'm thinking yes. Right? Because if I'm looking at this, down 19, down 15, both 27% off their all-time highs, both with a market cap above 2 billion. I'm thinking, yeah, I might actually snatch up some more Floki. I might actually snatch up some more Bonk. And I have a pretty nice bag of Bonk. I'm expecting Bonk to take off next year. I really am. I'm expecting Floki to like blow it out the water. Because the team at Floki seems like they're already making plans to move from meme to serious. And I'm liking that. I'm really liking that. For those of you that like, again, cat in a dog's world. I mean, seriously, Galaxy is definitely taking a hit. They were in the news. They're trying to do something, and I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. Here's Dog with Hat down 11. Would I buy some here? 29% off its all-time high. I would. Book of Meme off 10%, 51% off its all-time high. I'm iffy about Book of Meme, but it's got a lot of runway, so I could drop a couple hundred in that and not be mad at myself. Who else is here that I'm paying attention to? Nobody. Jitto. Jitto's down 6%. That's not bad. Is there anybody else that I'm really paying attention to? There's 1 inch. Yeah, no. That's it for that space. And I didn't open up all the numbers. Shucks. That bites. And I know it would, if I open it up now, it'll definitely kill. I at least want to see the big board. Let's do at least Coin 360. So not too bad. In case you ever see gray, a lot of you have asked me before, if you ever see gray, that means it's unchanged at the moment. And it'll change. It hasn't changed enough to make it go green, go red. That's all that means. Bonk is down big, like I said. Polkadot, didn't realize, down big. Near down big. Matic down big. Pepe down. Floki. Yeah, so yeah, these are things that I would be paying attention to for sure. For sure. See that 0%? That's why. It just hasn't moved enough for it to move the color wheel, even though technically it's probably down point blah 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 blah. So yeah, I'd probably be looking at a few things. Doge is below 16 cents, and that is interesting to me. Like I might actually, because I'm expecting Doge to at least hit 25 by the end of the year is what my guess would be. So I'd be interested in that. SHIB is at 26. That's what I want to show you on the number side, which is look at the rankings. It's not that Cardano went up, it's that SHIB went down, right? And you have SHIB right now going, battling back and forth with Toncoin. And, between the three of them, they're all really close. Cardano, SHIB, and Toncoin. Because when I woke up this morning at 4 a.m., Toncoin was up. And, so the numbers had moved. But you can look at a lot of action between these four. Between Cardano, Shiba Inu, Toncoin, and Avalanche. You could see a lot of movement right there. And I keep telling you, don't lose sight of this little dark horse right here called Chainlink. And the reason why I say that is because look at where Chainlink is at, $18.44. Just a little while ago, Chainlink was at like 13, 14 bucks. Yeah. That's why I'm telling you, pay attention to that one. And they still have a ton more deals in their pipeline. When that news starts to hit, and people start to understand the importance of an oracle like Chainlink is going to explode. Could we see Chainlink get into the top 10? Possible. I mean, it's very possible. You would need Cardano to drop, to push downward. You would need Toncoin to push downward because everybody else is going to get strong. USDC, I mean, like I said, if you remove, number 3 and number 6, you've got 2 more spots of truer to real coin, removing the stable coins, true to real coin. What's in the top 10? So you would see Avalanche in the top 10, you would see Toncoin in the top 10, and you would see Chainlink battling to get into the top 10. So yeah. I mean, I try to differentiate between stable coins and regular altcoins and Bitcoin. The reason why is because stable coins are stable coins. They're not meant to make money off of, right? They're not meant for investment. They're meant for transactions. That's why they make so much money off of them. That's why everybody wants to be involved in them. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. Tonight's show is going to be interesting. I'm probably going to walk through my my Excel workbook tool. So you folks that are interested in that, I'm gonna be looking for your help in that. I'm trying to clean it up and see if I actually introduce it as a public ready tool. Right now, it's just for me. It's specialized for me. So I'm removing some of those customizations so I can open it up to the public. That ought to be interesting. And if I do introduce it as a product, it'll be 2 different products. It'll be one as a spreadsheet, solo, non-custodial, get it? And then you'll have one as custodial. You'll be able to run it right from our website, track different things, and that could be fun for you. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. Enjoy the rest of it, or have a good evening wherever you are. I hope you're safe. I hope you're good. Smash the likes. Don't forget to tune in 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.